Confetti Club. It is Pixie, and today we are back on the topic of fast fashion. 6 months ago, I made a video about how I left fast fashion behind and I had been working on culling a lot of my really harmful consumerist habits that were just kind of out of control and that I wasn't really thinking about. I definitely fell into a trap of buying things and buying clothes for the purpose of making a haul video, and I ended up just really hyper consuming clothing. And anyway, I made a whole video about that, and this is kind of an update video. If you've been following this channel for longer than 6 months, I guess you might know that, yeah, a lot of my content used to be quite different. There were a lot of hauls, a lot of lookbooks, outfit of the days, and I was able to make them at like this high rate because I didn't have this higher standard for where I found my clothing. I was open to buying from places like Dolls Kill, H&M, Forever 21, gag gag. And I tackled leaving fast fashion kind of in private for a while because obviously as a YouTuber, I want to make sure I'm walking the walk before I talk the talk. And I think it's definitely an interesting and unique process that might be important to share because I think leaving fast fashion behind and refusing to support sweatshop labor and child labor and things like that, I think being more aware and picky with where we give our money and vote with our dollar, I think that's really important, but it is a really intimidating thing to get into, especially if you're like me and you look around and you see your closet full of fast fashion stuff. And it can seem kind of like the second that you're aware that you've been doing this bad thing, there's no excuses. You know better. You know the impact, so how dare you purchase, you know, like a pair of leggings if the one you have rips. It can be kind of really intimidating thinking, okay, I want to learn more about fast fashion and sustainable garment manufacturing, but I can't really switch everything over on the flip of a dime. Let's just talk about it in my perspective. I was worried because I think it was very clear and obvious to me that fast fashion is bad, that I didn't want to be contributing to this anymore at all. I no longer wanted to kind of shy away from it and just like scroll past the comments that would, you know, acknowledge the fact that what I was doing was supporting fast fashion. Basically, I just want to say if you are inspired to quit fast fashion and to, you know, start living a more eco-conscious fashion wardrobe life, it doesn't have to be all at once in one go. That's why it's a journey, and that's why I'm doing a little update here. So I basically just want to have an honest sit down and talk about all of the different facets of leaving fast fashion behind and kind of my journey, my experiences, my struggles, if you will, and I don't know, just some revelations and some stuff. We got some notes. The first thing that I have on my list here is money and accessibility. It is no secret that ethically made clothing that's made by people that are actually getting paid a living wage, it's gonna result in a more expensive tank top than that $4 tank top at H&M or Forever 21. And I don't want to get too like deeply into my own personal finances, but I definitely am not able to just splash around cash and do constant hauls and things, you know, like I'm really trying not to spend money on like much at all these days. Buying ethical fashion is not a possibility for everyone. You know, there's definitely some like economic barriers in the way that make it a bit of a privilege, and yeah, I just want to make that really clear. So if you don't exactly have the money to just, you know, donate your whole wardrobe and then replace it with like girlfriend leggings and Reformation or whatever, like don't feel bad. Although it's a noble cause, basically don't splash cash if you're not able to, and don't feel bad about not splashing cash. The next thing on my list is emergency clothes. This is one thing that I always kind of thought was gonna be the thing that might get me. My last purchase before I like officially was fast fashion free, I like pulled the plug, was some like leggings and a sports bra from a place called Urban Planet, which is just this crappy fast fashion chain we have in Canada. I picked that up because I was going to a little dance class with my friend Amy, and it's like a pop-in thing. It was my second one, and I didn't have any dance clothes. I didn't have any leggings. So there's kind of situations like that where it's like, oh my god, I'm going to the beach, I don't have a swimsuit, or I don't have one of my size. Or, oh, I'm taking this dance class and I need jazz shoes. Where can I find ethically manufactured, sustainable jazz shoes for this theater number that I'm doing, you know? So that can definitely kind of be like a necessity thing if you realize maybe the summer has hit and if your clothes are not fitting anymore, which is a thing that I've certainly run into. I really needed some lightweight summer clothes that fit my body that I felt comfortable in. Yes, weight gain can be a very tricky thing because sometimes the next season rolls around and maybe you haven't put those shorts on in a while, and then you go to put the shorts on and the shorts don't go on. So I've been pretty much living in like big floaty t-shirts around the house because it's comfortable and because quarantine. I'm being very honest with you guys here, but I think it's important to like talk openly about this stuff. Oh yeah, and things like bras and underwear. I found a number of like handmade or slow process lingerie brands on Instagram. Instagram is my favorite place to discover new small independent labels and like slow fashion brands and stuff. So bras and undies haven't been a big issue for me yet. I have enough in my like laundry cycle that, you know, if I'm ever out, I will find some and I'll run a load and it will appear. But I'd say, yeah, emergency clothes is kind of a roadblock that you might run into when you're trying to leave fast fashion behind and then you're like, oh crap, I don't know, I need Spanx. The next one on my list is social impact. Ooh, she's writing a document. Walking around the mall with friends. I think this is a really interesting point, and I wasn't going to mention it, but I was watching, was it Sedona Christina, I think? She does a lot of videos on fast fashion and sustainability and stuff like that, but she mentioned whenever you kind of make this pledge to only support ethical clothing, there are certain social activities that you just kind of can't do anymore. And I don't want to be like, oh, boo is me, I'm not buying slave-made clothes, I can't have fun at the mall. But it's worth noting that if you are thinking of doing this for yourself, which you definitely should, it's a whole new level of activity when your friends want to hang out and they just want to walk around the mall. And then you walk around with them. And you know, sometimes it just turns into a game of like, spot the shoe, examine the lining. As a fashion student, I have fun just looking at how clothes are made in the mall, even though I can't stop thinking about who made them and how much they probably didn't get paid. So there is that curse that just malls are sad now. Malls, shopping malls used to be my favorite place ever. I've probably mentioned this on my channel in the many years I've been doing this. Malls were this great escape. I used to just go to the mall and walk around on my lunch break at school. It will never be the same experience now because I have empathy and I can't stop thinking about where the clothing was made and how all these objects were made, and it's a big tangled web of things. So I will still follow you around the mall. I will not awkwardly tap my toe outside of the Top Shop and wait for you to get out. Like, I won't make you feel bad about it. I'm not here to shame my friends or to remind them because again, not everyone is in a position to just like make this pledge and drop this all now, and ethical and sustainable clothing is kind of a privileged thing to be able to do. I've seen that around a lot, so I want to echo that statement so that you guys don't feel like crap if you're literally not able to do this right now. Fashion friends posting and wearing and tagging you in fast fashion, showing off their hauls, and kind of seeing new things on my feed or in person and having that little bit of temptation. I have been doing my best to unfollow all fast fashion brands and stuff. Like big ones that I unfollowed were like Sugar Thrills, Lazy Oaf, Dolls Kill, because those are kind of the 3 aesthetics that I vibe with the most, that was the most tempting, because I love fashion, I love design, I love art, and I love the way the clothes look, but I just need a lot more transparency and a lot more information. So I've been trying to just remove it from my like knowledge entirely, and just I don't even see the new drops. I don't even know what Lazy Oaf is putting out. I straight up don't know. I don't see it. And maybe as like a fashion person, I should be at least keeping my binoculars on the trends. It tempts me. I definitely see it and I'm like, Or I see it and then I think, oh my god, can it please pop up on Depop immediately? The Peeps Crocs? The Peeps Crocs hurt so bad. I immediately was like, are Crocs ethical? Who makes Crocs? Where are Crocs made? I want the Peeps Crocs. But I didn't do it. I didn't do it because I didn't get any information. I feel like I haven't had enough exciting new fashion content to post. My Instagram is run dry and I feel really jealous for the first time of my friends that are wearing head-to-toe full coordinates almost daily. Ooh, honest tea. Again, it is a fact that before I made this change in my life, I was buying hauls and I was ordering things of like 5 garments at a time with accessories, and they would come and I could throw it on and take a picture and post it on Instagram, and it was just a happy little cycle, except it wasn't happy because it was unethical. I definitely do kind of feel this like competitive fire under my ass that I didn't feel before. It was always just a fun expression of this is me in my fun outfit and this is just what I look like and like here's my look today. And I definitely could be diving into my closet and picking out pieces that I haven't worn in a while and restyling them in new ways, and I should be doing that. Honestly, partially I've probably just been a little bit sad. Partially things don't fit me, so it's hard to put together like a full look that looks cohesive. I really want to stitch up new things. Again, it's just like productivity and brain function during a pandemic is still, we're still trying our best. But yeah, probably the main downside of this whole thing is just that I kind of feel like I am boring you guys in that I am outfit repeating more than I used to, and I am posting fewer looks and things like that, and I just hope that you can kind of hang on and still be excited about me as like a designer and an artist who's going to make things, even though I'm not able to, you know, like spit out new looks every single day. That's just a side of it. This is an exciting point, and I put it last because if you're watching this in the future and it's no longer 2020, congratulations! You survived! Good for you! And also this last point won't be relevant at all, but I want to bring it up now because it has been, oh my god, like the main thing in my way, and that is secondhand shopping during the pandemic. Everything closed down, obviously. Pretty much everything was shuttered and it was like a ghost town for a while. Our province is more or less an open state, open province. I read too much American media. And I believe our thrift stores have reopened. Is the risk worth it? I'm not usually like, I mean, I am a paranoid individual. Paranoid thinking is one of my main symptoms, but I'm not usually one of those people that's like, ew, thrift store. I don't want to touch other people's games. It's going to smell bad. I don't want anyone else's molecules with my molecules. And that was not me. However, can this virus not survive for like up to 3 days on plastic? So not being able to thrift shop has definitely been the biggest like rug under my feet. I'm trying to get into the habit of purchasing more secondhand clothes and being on the thriftier side of things, and I'm trying to like train my thrift eye, and yeah, I haven't been able to do that. So maybe I'll brave the thrift store soon. I don't know. I am traveling to my home province soon, so maybe I'll brave the thrift stores there. I'm very nervous. I'm very, very nervous about thrift store in the pandemic because Steve worked at that thrift store when we first moved here. I know they do not sanitize every object they get in, you know, there's no they're not pledge scrubbing all of the cat knickknacks. That is all I have to say about my fast fashion journey. update. It has been awesome. I don't want this to come across at all. Sometimes I watch these videos and I'm like, don't complain about not, you know, it's like just this, like, shut up. Our society and our world has been conditioned for buying fast fashion to be extremely acceptable and the norm. So unfortunately, it kind of is a process to not support that. I hope this video is helpful at all. If you are still buying things from places in the mall and stuff like that, please don't feel ashamed. Just take this information and kind of keep it with you. I really encourage all you guys to watch the documentary The True Cost on Netflix. It explains pretty well in a nicely packaged nutshell all the reasons why I decided to dump fast fashion. And if you are fast fashion free and you have any hot tips for living this life, comment them down below and we can goss our little tips. This video is featuring Betty Club member is Delightful Little Egg on Instagram, who drew this delightful little art of me. This is so cute. I love all the pastel colors you used. Very Eastery, perhaps egg-like and delightful. So I like your username a lot. Oh, and it's my little gingham dressy dress. I love it so much. Thank you so much for sharing this with me. I love you guys lots, and I will see you in the next video, which is not this one because this one's over. Bye!